Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, January 27th slate of NBA games. I'm super excited to hop into it, but first we'll definitely go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday. So we did end up going 3-1 on our plays yesterday. We were super close to bringing out the brooms. We were, just one play away, but you can't win them all. And so right now we are on a very good streak. We are 7-3 in our last 10. 6-2 in the past 2 days, so I really like where we're at right now. So let's do a quick recap of yesterday. First, we did have the Memphis Grizzlies -3 versus. Memphis Grizzlies -3 versus the San Antonio Spurs. That one did end up cashing for us. It was a little bit of a sweat bet at some point in time. There was a point in time when the game was like tied with like 5 or 6 minutes left, but then eventually Ja and the Grizzlies did end up pulling that one out. Then we had Julius Randle under 8.5 rebounds. Luckily, the game for us was a blowout, so since it was a blowout, he ended up with just 6. He didn't play at all in the fourth quarter, so perfectly fine with that. Then we had Mavericks and Blazers under 216. There was not a lick of defense played in this game. There was like 230 points scored at least. So that one, not much you can do there. Then we had the Clippers -1 versus Orlando +100. That one also cashed for us. So we had 2 plus odds plays cash for us, and I'm super excited about that. So we've had a really good week so far. Hopefully we can keep it going through Thursday. I definitely think we can. So let's go ahead and keep it going. I have 2 plays today just because there are only 2 games. But I will give you a potential winning parlay towards the end of at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But first, we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're about we're less than 700 subscribers away. So hopefully we can hit that here pretty soon. I would love to be able to hit that maybe by Valentine's Day. We'll kind of shoot for Valentine's Day for right now. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So our first play of the day is going to be Tyrese Maxey over 4.5 assists versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This one is juiced. This one is completely juiced. If you don't want to take it, you definitely don't have to. But it is -165 odds versus the Los Angeles Lakers, and I think it is for a very good reason. The Los Angeles Lakers, they do have the 4th worst defense in the entire NBA. They're not necessarily a very good defensive team, so I do think a lot of Tyrese Maxey's teammates are going to be able to score the ball at a pretty high rate today. Sorry, I'm recording this the night before, so I think they're going to be able to score at a very high rate today. And if you look at Tyrese Maxey's assist log in the last 3 games, he has had 5 assists, 6 assists, and 8 assists. So he's been really good in his last 3 games at getting his teammates open, and I think he's going to do just that again as well. Not to mention Joel Embiid, he is averaging like 30. I was looking it up earlier. I think he scored 30 or more points in 14 of his last 15 games, which is just absolutely insane. So that should rack up some assists for Tyrese Maxey as well. On top of that, the Lakers, they do give up the 3rd most assists per game as a team. So just in general, they give up the 3rd most assists. And when it comes to the point guard position, they also give up the 5th most assists per game to opposing point guards in the entire NBA. So I do think we have an advantage there as well. Not to mention the Lakers, they are the fastest team in the NBA when it comes to pace. So between that and the fact that the 76ers are a slow pace team, I do think that grants them some more possessions, and I do think a lot of those shots are going to be coming from guys like Tobias Harris, guys like Joel Embiid, and I think it's going to be a lot of the role players. I think Tyrese Maxey is going to have more of a facilitating day. Don't really hate his points either if you guys wanted to take his points, just because I know that the Lakers give up a lot of points to opposing point guards as well. But I just feel like this is going to be another Joel Embiid game. I feel like it's going to be Joel Embiid versus LeBron pretty much the whole time. And I feel like that's probably going to be mostly it. So that's our first play of the day. Tyrese Maxey over 4.5 assists versus the Los Angeles Lakers, -165 odds. And then we also have, and our second play of the day is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves +5.5 versus the Golden State Warriors -110 odds. Now, truthfully, once again, I've been on kind of a little bit of a hot streak with these, but anytime that a line doesn't make sense, I've been betting on it recently, and it's kind of really worked out for me. So, to me, this line just doesn't really make sense because you're talking about a Golden State team that just won against against Dallas. They won against Dallas by like 30 something. And this line's only 5.5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves team. Something just doesn't really add up. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been pretty decent recently, but if you look at the Golden State Warriors without Draymond Green, which it does look like he is going to be out again tomorrow, since he's been out, they are just 4-6 against the spread without him. And if you take a look at the teams that they covered against, Chicago, my Chicago Bulls, of course, everybody's covering against the Chicago Bulls. They're a mess right now. Also, Detroit, they covered against Detroit. But Detroit's not really a very good basketball team right now. They did cover against Dallas, where they got extremely, extremely hot. So we can only hope that doesn't happen again. And they covered against Cleveland on Clay Day when Clay did return back into the lineup. So that one was cool. But there really wasn't, it was cool, but I do think that Clay Day kind of played a huge role into that as well. So both of these two teams, they did have a matchup against each other right around 10 days ago from the time of recording this video. So it was like 10 or 11 days ago. The Timberwolves actually won that game outright. They actually won by 20 points. So I do think we may see a similar situation, especially with no Draymond Green in there. And if you look at this bet historically, in their last 3 games, the Minnesota Timberwolves have not only covered, but they've won outright in 2 of their last 3. So I do think we have a little bit of an advantage there. It seems like Minnesota they do kind of know the way that the Warriors play. And not to mention, Minnesota's been really good as a road underdog. They've actually been 10-7 against the spread as a road underdog. So I do think we see some value there as well. So that is our 2 plays of the day. But like I said, I'm going to be doing a parlay. I'm not making an official play. It's not an official play. But if you guys just wanted to know what I like personally, I do think that Minnesota is going to cover, but I do not think that they are going to win. I do think that Golden State does end up pulling out with the W, and I also do think that the 76ers are going to be winning. Now, the Lakers, they did look really good last game with Anthony Davis. So I could definitely see it if you wanted to go with the Lakers. But I think if you wanted my honest opinion, I would go Golden State and Sixers. That's just what I would do personally. But you guys can do whatever you want. It's your money at the end of the day. I just like to provide you with what picks I'm going to be playing and if it ends up working out. So, like I said, we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys ended up tailing me. Let me know if you guys faded me, whatever the case might be. But, yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.